I had no idea that this single event would change my entire life, but in reality, it did. It was June 16th, 2023, Friday evening. I was sitting on the first floor of my university's library, completing some assignment. Usually, there is pin drop silence in there, but that day it was different. I could hear faint music and bass vibrations in the air. I get up and look out of the window, and I see that the streets of Montreal are busier than usual on a Friday evening. Out of curiosity, I decide to go out and check what's happening. But then that hesitation kicks in, hesitation of going out alone in public. I said, fuck it, I'll do it anyways. So I put on my hoodie. I am wearing blue jeans. I put on my backpack, have my vision sunglasses on, total nerd vibe, and I start to head out of the library. As I get closer to the street, I could hear the music getting louder and the bass stronger. As I get out, I realize that it is the Formula One pre race event party going on. Booze, music, and people dressed extraordinarily well. I'm already feeling kind of out of place. But, anyways, I keep on going and exploring the downtown. I see McLarens and Ferraris on display for general public, and those streets are crowded with people. I take a look, I go a few streets for like 40-45 minutes, and then I decide to head back to library to finish my work. And that's when it happened. While going back, I see that one of the streets that I was exiting, it was blocked by two people. As I look up, there she was, a smoking hot blonde girl in a single piece dress standing right in front of me. Alongside her was her boyfriend, who was probably 6 feet tall and he was strong as hell. The visual impact of seeing her was overwhelming for me. My nervous system kind of short circuited. Whatever media has portrayed the peak form of female beauty, she was right there in front of me. But instead of feeling desire or absorbing her beauty, I felt shame, guilt, fear, and insecurity. My body froze completely. I didn't even have the courage to ask both of them to get side so that I could pass by them and go on my way further. But I had to say it. So I walk up to them and, in a hesitant, low, submissive tone, ask them, "Excuse me?" Both of them look at me, and I still remember those judgmental eyes and their weird looks that they gave me, that conveyed to me that I was beneath them. That looks brought up all my deep insecurities up to the surface in that moment. Insecurities like I was not good enough, that beauty is rare in this world and only a certain section of men have access to it, and I was not one of them. That I was beneath certain men in this world. In that moment, I felt small, insignificant. It was, or it is probably the worst emotion a man can experience, and only those who have felt it can tell you that. I felt less of a man than other men, like something was wrong with me. But then, that tiny little voice inside me, my higher self, which has guided me through darkest phases of my life, spoke once again. It said, "No, this is not who you are." In that exact moment, that no from my higher self changed everything. Now, when I think and reflect back, had it not been for that voice in that moment, I would have internalized their looks and shamed myself and maybe believed the fact that maybe I am not enough. But that was not meant for me. My higher self came my higher self came to my rescue at the right time. That day I promised myself that I will never allow myself to feel small and insignificant again. I will live life on my own terms, focusing on my personal improvement and not focusing on what people around wanted me to do. Because all my life, what I was doing was following the noise around me, whatever society or culture wanted me to do. Because I was promised that if I followed a certain path, all my dreams which I had would come true. But where was that leading me to in reality? It was leading me deeper into misery. I felt betrayed. So the first decision that I make that day is to focus on my fitness. I remember I was 105 kgs back then, around 2 years ago. I committed to doing 10,000 steps each day alongside running, and I rigorously followed that schedule for the next 2 months. I did not even skip a single day, whether it was my exams, and some of them were really tough ones, whether it was conflict with my flatmates or I was sick, you name it. Nothing just nothing could stop me. The power of emotion was driving me. Over the next 4 months, I missed maybe 4 days, but that fire was burning inside me. Even in rain, snow, I kept going. Nothing would stop me because this time I had seriously promised myself that I will not betray myself, no matter what the external circumstances are. And I followed on it. This is how my journey of being invincible began, and it's still in progress. My name is Manpreet, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao.